Hello, this is my update video. I think it's 4. I've come to the conclusion it's 4. So I hope you're well. I hope this video finds you cosy and warm. It's suddenly dropped temperature quite dramatically. Ailey, who's my housemate from Scotland, was telling me that it's been snowing in Scotland, which I'm kind of jealous of because it's just cold here and rains. But you know, but yeah. So just to kind of fill you in on this month, what I've been doing and the fun and adventures that have been had. It's been November and it's kind of got the title Nasty November. Yeah, I kind of found that out the week before it and I was like, oh no, this is not good. But I was kind of having a bad week then. And then I thought, oh, it's great. I'll like get it out of the way before, you know, November even starts. That's great. Didn't happen. November's been an interesting month. Great in so many ways, but a challenge and a half. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. But yeah, so I will fill you in on what's been happening. So the month started off pretty normally, just one-to-ones, weekly study, getting ready for the Convince, which I'll talk about in a minute. We had a team day in the first week of November, which was really, really fun. We all went to Wrexham, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from here. And we had Steve Timmis talking on the Bible story, which was it was a really, really good day. It was really great to talk to him about why he does church in that way, and ask questions about that, and look into the Bible and the way that God has throughout the whole Bible been saying trust me, looking at different places and always with his people. Trust me, you can trust me. Look, this is how you can trust me. Why aren't you trusting me? Come on, trust me. Throughout the whole of the Bible, and it was really interesting to look at that. Then we had a week of kind of getting ready for Convinced. Dave went away, so Dave, my staff worker, he went to I can't say this, Feur, F-E-U-E-R conference for a weekend with lots of other speakers, which was really cool. I think he really, really enjoyed it. And he went to Macedonia, I think, with Michael Green for a week. Michael Green was doing a mission out there. It's very small Christian community within the universities, and Michael Green was there, and Dave really enjoyed that again, but still carried on with meeting up with one-to-ones, doing study, getting involved in CU. Owen Brown spoke at CU that Wednesday night, which was absolutely brilliant. It was so awesome. It was really great. There was quite a lot of students there, and that was really encouraging, really great. I love Wednesday nights with the students. I love the whole thing, so working with the students, the study when I actually get to do it, prepping one-to-ones, meeting up with students for coffee, just kind of coming alongside them, and just loving them and looking after them. It is the best thing like I could be doing. I just love it. So that's awesome. So Sunday afternoon I went with Dave and we went to the preaching course that we are both attending at Robina Baptist. So and so we meet up 6 times in the year and we hear 2 preachers. At the moment we're looking at 2 Timothy, which is really, really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Really, really interesting seeing how different people come to the passage, how different people break apart the passages and present it. There's one guy who used a lot of analogies and I was like, that's probably how I speak, but I'm not sure. oh, I like the way he did this, and then at the end we give positive feedback, and that's really fun. That's really, really great. I very much enjoy doing that. So yeah, that was really great. Really encouraging. And we'll be doing that later on. And then I think in June I'm preaching, which is a bit crazy. So that was really fun. The week before that as well, I had spoken at Glamorgan CU, or Forest, which is my other CU that I work with. They're absolutely brilliant. They're about 25 students. And I'd spoken on fellowship, which was really fun. Really enjoyed it. It was a challenge, obviously, speaking. But we're looking at fellowship, God's way, how God is a God of love. He is fellowship in himself, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And I just brought that out and was like, God shared himself. We are there to enter into the relationship. We're made to be in that relationship, but it's also to be shared with others and to invite other people into it. So that was really exciting, really fun. And then there were the back row of the room were like a group of atheists and agnostics who, I quote, "You Christians are always really welcoming, so we thought we'd just come along." So they came along for the evening, really random, and heard me speak. But God was really good, and I got there and I spoke, and it was well received, and there was good feedback, and the students seemed to really engage with what I'd done and the way I'd presented it. I kind of trying to do talk and then a bit of chatting, then a bit more talk. So that was a challenge, but amazing that I'm getting those opportunities. So that was really fun. So yeah, and then Convinced. So Convinced was a mental week. It was incredible. It was all 6 universities, 6 Christian unions around the city coming together for a week of talks, kind of giving students opportunities to hear and respond and talk and ask questions about Jesus and the gospel of grace. It was awesome. Prayer meetings in the morning with about 40 to 60 people sharing stories, praying for the day, praying about yesterday, etc. And then we had a speakers meeting, which again was really encouraging, kind of all the guys who were guests that week. Then I go to the gazebo where we're giving out tea and coffee and cake and saying, "Hi, come to this." And that was great. That was for about 2 hours doing questionnaires and talking to students. That was kind of the funnest. I was like, I'll go do questionnaires so I can go and talk to students about these questions, and met some awesome guys and girls. So that was really great. And then we went, and then we'd have lunch bars. So we had 2 lunch bars a day. Michael Ott speaking at one, and then one of his kind of minions, as I call them, speaking at the others. They're just such a great group of people. It's Moet, so it's kind of his trust that Michael's set up, and they're brilliant. They were such a blessing to have around, and it was really great. They're such wise people, and they've just got evangelism down, how to present the gospel in a really engaging way. So that was amazing. So they spoke at the lunch bars for Cardiff, and we had about 70 people definitely one day, and then we pushed up to 100 because we'd run out of meals the day before. So we had 2 lunch bars, and the second one was always really, really well attended. The first one started off less and then got more so. And there were groups of atheists and groups of students who had really big questions and ideas and opinions. And it was great because I'd have these incredible conversations with these students, and some really interesting conversations came out of that. So that was really great. And then so then we'd have the lunch bars, and then I may have a few hours off in the afternoon, depended what I did. And then then there was often a meal. On Monday and Thursday I was helping out with the international meals. And then in the evening after the meal we'd all go for pudding and the talk and the video and testimony and music. At Highfields Church we completely taken all the chairs away and put things up and lights, and sick. It looks so good. Yeah, it was just really great. And then Michael Watts would do a talk again on different things like suffering. But there was huge topics all week. So freedom, sexuality, does God spoil my fun? What is my identity? Is the Bible reliable? Lots of different topics that were all looked at in the week, and it was great. So at the end you could text in your questions and then they would be answered, and it's just a really brilliant week. Absolutely exhausting. You kind of don't think about it, you kind of keep just going, and then I kind of got to the end of the week and was like, oh my gosh, I've never been so tired in my whole entire life. But you know, the students just are great, and you just keep going, and it was a real joy. So I didn't have an absolute kind of title that week, I just kind of was doing it. So just going along, you know. And so that meant I could go to everything and help students out and just kind of be a general dog's body, but also just encourage them to come alongside other students and speak to them about what was going on in the week, and be my general kind of mad self. Yeah, there was some random moments, but it was a lot of fun. I got to know the students a bit better, which was really great. And then the week after Convince, we had another team day. And that was, again, really brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. I think that was the week after. It was either the week after or the week after that. So yeah, that was my November. The biggest thing I've learned is how I'm weak. It's a funny thing to learn, but I have learned that very much this month. That I am weak and God is strong. And I'm weak all the time. And in my weakness, He's strong. And I'm so thankful for that, because there were so many times when I did not want to get out of bed, or I did not want to talk to students, or I couldn't carry on. I was so tired. But God is good and He's faithful, and in those times where I just didn't think anything was going to happen, or I was going to say the wrong thing or whatever, God just used me, and I just had amazing conversations, and He came through time after time after time, and He does, and my faith has just been built up from that. So yeah, I say in my prayer letter, prayer email, but I got an email from a supporter who said, it's better to be in the desert with the Lord's blessing than to be in the promised land without Him. And I think this month has been hard, been really hard, and it's definitely felt like a desert quite a lot. But you appreciate the blessings when you are in the desert. You appreciate the water. It comes to a thirsty mouth, and you drink it all in. You don't waste a single bit. And it's a joy to live like that. It's a joy to live in the desert with the Lord's blessings, because you really appreciate them. You really, really appreciate them when they come, and they come often and in many ways. So yeah, that's a bit all over the place, but I hope you found it encouraging. I think it kind of reflects the month. It was a bit all over the place. And I was a bit all over the place, but it was good. It was really good, and I'm nearly at Christmas. I can't believe it. It's just crazy, but I'm nearly done it. So nearly time for break, and then 2 weeks off, and then I'm back to study week, and then a relay 2, which I can't wait for, when all us relays get together, but I will tell you more about that in January. Okay, well, take care. I hope this message has encouraged you. I hope it's made you laugh, probably, because I'm a bit random, and it's a bit all over the place. But that's, I do what I do. It's just me, I guess. Someone said to me, oh, Hannah, your video is so nice, because it's just like having you in my living room, and I just talk. So, yeah. Alright, well, take care, and until I see you again, or I speak to you, or you see another video, I hope you have a brilliant month, and I'm sending you lots of love. Keep on keeping on, because the jewels are worth the desert. Bye!